Hello, all. We will go right into questions. Please use the raise hand function on Zoom. Ben, you're first.
Hey, Coach, just kind of in general, what's your message to the team after a loss like this?
Yeah, just we didn't play well enough. I think the effort was there. The preparation was definitely there during the week. The preparation was really good. They were into it. We just didn't play well enough, and that goes to the whole group, all of us, coaches included. And it just wasn't good enough. Obviously, they're an outstanding team, really good in all three phases, well coached, good players. But our guys know that we didn't play at the level that we would hope. We should be more competitive and we were not. But we will bounce back next week.
Harold?
Were you surprised to see the interceptions? That hasn't really been much of an issue this season.
It hasn't. No, you're right. A couple poor decisions, and trying to make things happen. Obviously, interceptions are usually occur for a number of reasons. Usually, it's pressure or vision, or a couple of those things. But that's been really one of Ash's strengths is he has not forced the ball and done anything silly with it, and he did that a couple of times. So yeah, that was didn't put our defense in a great position. Turned the ball over, and that was definitely a factor in the game.
Ben?
Yeah, just talk about Damian Martinez, what you saw from him, and what makes him such a difficult running back to contain.
Yeah, a real physical guy, runs through tackles, has got good speed, and then they're up front. They're just really good. They're sound and they're physical. They come off the ball well, and so and they're able to play action off of their base run game and hurt you downfield if you're getting a little tight to the line of scrimmage. So I think it's the whole deal, their whole system, and obviously they did a great job, building their program and their culture up.
Harold?
You have another big running back with Jaden Ott coming in next week. What do you need to see differently for things to change next week?
Yeah, well, we got to fit the run better. There were times where we didn't fit it correctly, and then there's times you're getting beat physically, and then there's times you're missing tackles. So it's all three of those things. And we got to get better on the offensive side of the ball and be able to maintain drives as well. So it's all three phases that we got to get better. Again, faced a really good football team, but our expectations are much higher than what we showed tonight.
Ben?
Yeah, just talk about that I believe it was 75 yards for Ellick on the touchdown. Just kind of talk about that play, what you saw there. Yeah.
We had a couple opportunities, downfield, and he'll make those plays. And a couple of times we just didn't hit on it, but he did a nice job playing the ball in the air and then staying on his feet. He's an explosive guy, and I think he's starting to get closer to 100%. And it was good to see him, make that play.
Any other questions for Coach Taylor? Harold?
I'm just wondering how Ashton's doing it, and would you like to see him kind of give himself up on that run in the fourth quarter instead of taking another hit?
Probably the last one. I think probably would have been wise, but he's such a competitive, tough kid. But I think you're right. He probably should have. Yeah, hopefully he's going to be okay. He's such an important part of our team, and he's a tough kid. So we're hoping he's going to be fine.
Ben?
Yeah. Any point did you think maybe putting Patu in the game at all, or kind of giving him a look, or just considering the nature of the game, how things are going, or not necessarily?
Yeah, well,
how do you manage that? Yeah,
he got in a couple of plays, but yeah, with Justin, he's been our second quarterback, but that certainly was a consideration. We just didn't go in that direction.
Harold?
I know you don't have to worry about sort of motivation kind of going into next week's game, but are you concerned at all about having to shake off a loss like this? It seems like kind of a step back after you guys were so competitive the last few weeks.
Yeah, I don't worry about our guys in terms of being around them, for almost a year now, just how they compete and how hard they play. This was not a preparation issue. They prepared really hard. They came in with the intention of competing and trying to win the game. And it didn't happen. And we got to give Oregon State a lot of credit because they made us look that way. So, but no, I have no doubt that our guys will respond and be ready to go next week.
Ben?
Just in general, kind of you've seen Oregon State, you've seen Washington, you've seen Oregon. Just how would you kind of rank Oregon State amongst the gauntlet that you've gone through?
Yeah, I mean, so it's a good question. They're all really impressive and they're in their own ways. You know, this is just the conference is just such an impressive conference. There's any of these guys can beat you and they can get after you if you're not ready. They're very deep and got great coaches and deep rosters and really good quarterbacks. So they're all really good, as you've seen. I mean, these games are close and you see people knocking each other off or coming close. And but Oregon State's definitely in the upper echelon of the teams that we've played this year. There's no question about that. And you know, I think they could beat anybody in our conference.
Thank you so much, Coach Taylor.
Awesome. Thank you. Go Card.
That will end tonight's press conference. Thank you so much.